Boy, it has been a while. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm just gonna give it some time for some folks to show up for now, but I may have to do some audio tweaking. Who knows? Let's find out. This can be just a touch brighter. Why do you do that? Go away. That's not a touch brighter. That's just too bright. Yeah, that's better. Better, for sure. Oof, man. I doubt that all of my 241 followers on Twitch follow me on social media. So they probably do not know that I am live for the first time in like 2 months. This is complicated. This is very, very complicated getting all this stuff set up again. It's been very, very long. I really want to talk about, well, I guess myself. It is an AMA. I really do want to talk and explain how the last couple of months have been for me. Once we get people in here, but I also want to talk about kind of how 2021 went overall. This might be a great thing to edit. Announcing my return to form, I guess. But right now, I just want to talk. Just want to talk to people. It's just I'm in a new house. That's always awesome. Moving was a radical time. Like Ninja Turtle radical, not like whatever. Anyway, Brack, I didn't refill my water. Oh well. Chapped lips it is. It's interesting. I don't want to go through the whole spiel. Well, actually, let me start by saying this. Hello again, world. It's me. I've been gone, but I'm back. My name is Daniel, otherwise known as Your Buddy Danny. I used to stream here on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I took quite a sabbatical of about 2 months, I'd say. Yeah, so I think early September, I found out that I had to move. My partner and I had to move along with our cat because our old landlord needed to retire for health reasons. So he wanted to sell the house. And that obviously threw a wrench in our in our plans because Alma, my partner, she and I had just settled on the idea of staying where we are in San Francisco for like another 5 years. So she could pursue a second master's. And with that, it's going to come some extra time outside of school once she finishes that second master's. And that will take time. So we had already, she had been in the house for 5 years already, the house that we lived in, and I was there just going on my third year. And that all changed in the span of a text, which was our landlord specifying why he wanted to sell the house, saying that he wanted to sell the house. And so that definitely took us from out of nowhere. And that really messed with me because looking at smaller spaces, because we had to look at a smaller space, meant that I most probably was not going to be able to do this anymore. And that upset me. That shook me to my core, especially after the year that I've had streaming. Like, in the span of September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Spent about 11 months. About 11 months, maybe 10 months. My streaming went in a way that I could never have foreseen. I ended up meeting so many incredible people, especially through probably Oliver's channel. Probably Oliver, if you don't know, he's Kind of Funny best friend, and he is an absolute treat. One of my favorite Brits, and he is so good at Tetris. So very good at Tetris, and I want to play him one day, but I feel like I'm not in his weight class. If Tetris had weight classes, I'm not. Like, he's like S tier, and I'm like a B tier on a good day, on a great day. Anyway, I met so many incredible people through his Twitch channel, like that Demote, who is incredible, such a lively spirit. Throwhouse Max and Throwhouse X, incredible people. And Kemut Samu, which is the one that I kind of latched on to fairly early because he was playing Ninja Gaiden. And I wanted to see how that went. And also Will plays games sometimes. And these are all such fantastic, incredible people, and I owe everything that I've gone through as a streamer to them. I really do. I stopped doing my podcast, the Top Cut podcast, with my friends because my co-host / friend, John, had midterms, and this was during COVID and stuff. We were doing like the work from home stuff, and I told him I'm not, like, we wanted to take Top Cut very, very seriously. We wanted to turn it into something, and we tried our damnedest for almost a year straight, but I wasn't gonna ask him to put his education in front of it, or to put the podcast in front of his education rather. So I said, focus on your school. We'll come back another time. Don't worry about it. And I wanted to keep creating, so I started streaming, which was definitely not something I anticipated because I'm always the last one to jump onto something. And streaming definitely was not one of the things I was an early adapter of. I enjoyed watching some streams. We did some Extra Life charity streams for a few years on the Top Cup channel, but yeah, no, I would watch Kind of Funny do their live shows, like the morning shows and stuff when it existed, but never thought streaming myself, because especially since my computer is not terribly powerful in any sense, but it does good. Thank you, baby. Anyhow, I picked it up, and I didn't run with it, but I jogged with it. I borrowed the capture card that we pitched in for as a group in Top Cup, and I went to work. I started playing Spider-Man PS4, and it was such a fun time. I made all my assets, everything from the logo to this just chatting window, my starting student screen might be everything, animations and everything, because that's what I used to do for Top Cup, and I loved it. I loved doing that, so it gave me an outlet to do all this graphic design, animation stuff. Yeah, and so it was a great time. Cam and Samu would come and try to support when he could, and Will would try to support when they could. But the beautiful thing about the internet is that you can touch so many lives in so many different corners of the world. Most of them apparently on Twitch are from Europe, so or at least Central Eastern America, so or Canada. So that ended up being complicated for these friends that I was making online to be able to come and support me on Twitch because of time zones. And back then I used to stream at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 10:30. That was before I started doing 7:30. So it was even later for people. Or just during a time of the day where they couldn't sit in front of a computer for an hour, 2.5 hours to support me. But I appreciate those who did. Double check something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it was a ride. It was a ride. And then from there, I just, I started burping, apparently. Excuse me. From there, I just started going on, and I think one of the best times streaming that I had was when Alma was gone visiting home. Oh no, she stayed the night at a friend's. And my roommate was gone, my other roommate, and so I had the house to myself. And so I streamed for like 3 hours, playing DBZ Kakarot, and the chat was alive, and it was just one of the greatest times ever. I was being loud. I loved it. I loved cracking the jokes I was able to crack, and having the moments with people in chat that definitely stuck with me. I would periodically go back and just rewatch that stupid segment. I should just clip it out and put it up, but it's great. Streaming definitely changed me as a creator, and it definitely showed me that I can do things by myself, because before I would always do it with friends as an ensemble or something, but I never really took anything on by myself. And streaming kind of gave me that platform, that footing to try to do that. So that's what I did. And I started changing how I did things. I wanted to incorporate my drawings, so instead of 3 whole days of just playing one single campaign of a game, I ended up making an actual schedule, sticking with it after a couple weeks, and then becoming a variety streamer. Instead of just a singular track, play a specific game for essentially 7 hours a week, 10 hours a week. Yeah, that's when I started instituting multiplayer Mondays and campaign Fridays. And then in between that, on Wednesdays, I started doing my digital art, which was definitely something I was worried about, for sure, because who didn't love to draw as a kid? That was definitely something that I loved doing. And then it just kind of stopped after a while, but my friends encouraged me to continue doing it. And when I started streaming, I renewed my Photoshop subscription, and I figured out that my computer can handle running it while I stream. So I figured, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I started doing my art on stream. And at first, it was doing chat suggestions, which such a blast. Some of the most amazing / cursed things came out of those chat suggestions, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Ugh, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Yeah, and I, just doing all that, working on my art on Wednesdays through chat suggestions and stuff that I would come up with. I just wanted to draw like a different type Pokemon, but like switch their types. So I did like an electric type Charizard, and it looked dope. I still love that one. Then I started working on big projects. Ended up doing my Omnimon piece, and it really shocked and inspired me, because that is still one of the best things that I've ever drawn. And it really encouraged me to start pushing harder on my streams. Eventually the chat started getting quiet during schools and like high holiday times and stuff, so I understood that not everybody could plus COVID was just in full force, so I understood that not everybody can lend their time to me. This is shining on my face a little too much and I don't like it. There we go. Oh, I need some better overhead light. Anyway, yeah, but that's when I stopped taking chat suggestions, which I miss so dearly. Yeah, and because again, some of the best stuff. Anyway, then I started. God, I can't believe all of this happened within a year. Oh my God. Anyhow, I started pushing a little harder on my art on Wednesdays, challenging myself to do bigger and more complex things, looking into learning how to do landscapes and digital painting instead of just like line art and stuff, and learning how to shade and highlight better, and getting comfortable with the fact that as a digital artist who uses Photoshop, if I don't use Photoshop the way it's intended with all the tools that it offers me, if I just use it to use the pen tool and just change the color, then I'm doing myself a disservice as an artist, as a digital artist who has these things at his disposal. And so when I finally started leaning into using Photoshop as a tool rather than, I'm just using Photoshop to draw, I definitely elevated my art a lot more. I'd say possibly to the point where Twitch reached out to me in June of last year and 2021 to join their August Artist Appreciation Month program that they had going on. And at first I was very, very, very intimidated by it, because I still didn't value myself as an artist. I still had some time to validate myself as an artist. And I would show my friends work and my friends from work my work, and they would they say, "You're getting better, this is awesome, this is great." Like, they would definitely hype me up, but I would always chalk it up to, they're my friends, but when that happened, when Twitch reached out to me, I took the leap of faith and said yes. And it was so nerve-wracking because over the course of the next month of July, they would email me periodically, here's stuff you should know, we're gonna be in contact a little more, and then here's your schedule, like what days work for you so we can get you on the front page for at least 2 days for 2 hours. And they were very, very helpful in that, and they were able to work around my schedule, and it just felt like it was meant to be. And I met so many incredible artists, so many incredible artists. And it's another thing that I wouldn't trade for the world. That is the highlight of my experience as a creator. It was absolutely nuts. I got to be on the front page twice on Twitch, with about 15,000 people both times watching me do my art. And the funny thing is, while I was doing that, I spent most of the time talking. There were a lot of times where I just stopped drawing and I would just start talking. And it gave me a taste of why I came here. The whole point of me coming here was because during COVID and having moved away from my friends and not being able to go to the apartment to hang out with them or see them on, semi-regular basis in person, I missed playing games on the couch next to my friends, just watching me play and talking about the game. I miss doing that. I still miss doing that. Hell. But of course, you got to become accustomed to a new normal. They started playing games with me on multiplayer Mondays, which I can't thank them for enough. Like John, Joel, Bree, like y'all are the greatest. You really are. Last year would not have been the same without any one of you. But yeah, no, I miss that feeling because I love talking about what's happening on screen. I love joking around. I love the days like when I played Kakarot when I was by myself at home and we were just cracking jokes and I was laughing and being super obnoxious and like belligerent, and it was a great time. That's what I get out of content creation. When I was doing the Top Cup stuff with John and Joelle and Brianna, I was the social media account manager. I was social outreach. I was in charge of a lot of that stuff. I would respond to comments and stuff, and when we got them. And I was kind of forced into that role, but that helped me just kind of discover that I like talking to the people about the content. And it's because the content is things that we enjoy doing. And that's why I enjoy talking to people about it. So on that day, on the first day, I was so very nervous to be on the front page. I was shaking. I had to take some CBD oil, like, to calm me down. I was drinking like tea and stuff. Alma made me tea. God bless her. But excuse me. But once that view count tipped and started showing more than the usual 2 to 5 people watching, once it started showing 10 or 12, 25 and 50 and 75, and I kind of just fell into the groove. People started being active in chat, and it was the greatest experience, to the point where I didn't even notice when the view count tipped over to something with a comma. Like, I looked at the view count, and it went from like, I think it was like 80 something people. It tipped over, and I looked at it, and it was at like 1,200. And then eventually John, who's one of my mods, again, last year would not have been the same without him. He just took the time out of his days to help me with my channel. He started sending me whisper messages. And it's like, you're currently at 1,500, 24. You just passed 5,000. And I'm like, John, please stop. Please stop telling me these things. And I think like 40 minutes into the 2 hours that I had on the front page, I looked and there was like 15,000 viewers. And I was like, holy hell. This is nuts. And I didn't get scared. I didn't get scared. I didn't get excited. I just stayed mellow. And it was just such a surreal moment, because it really just reminded me why I'm here on Twitch. It reminded me that I love talking to people. I love having these cool, nerdy conversations. And I love being behind a camera, or rather in front of a camera and behind a mic, talking about these things. I miss it. I miss creating. I love it so much. I used to love doing the Top Cut podcast because we would just talk for hours, and it was just us having our same normal conversations. And like there was some work, but like it was still fun. And having a mic in my hand just felt great. And then I got an arm, and then it still felt great because I didn't have to hold the damn mic and shake a lot. Anyhow, yeah, that at the end of that program, after the second day, I did not finish the piece that I was working on all month, which is like 5 streaming art streaming sessions, about 2.5 hours, 3 hours a piece. I didn't finish that piece. It was the Avatar Zuko Dragon Dance. The Aang and Zuko Dragon Dance piece that I was working on for a while. Do I have some type of? Let me see if I have an actual exported image of how far I got. I have everything organized, and yet everything seems so unorganized. What am I looking for? Let's see, desktop. I feel like something's just in my nose, just making me want to sneeze. No. Oh yeah, that's something to note too. During this time, I helped a fellow streamer. I think it was in like the Kind of Funny Best Friend Creators Network thing. I can't remember, but I made him a logo and a banner, and that was my first time making a logo for someone. It's completely unprompted. I didn't charge him or anything. I very well could have. He asked several times, but I just wanted to do something for him. His name was Infinite Rewind, and the idea just flowed in, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And I messaged him, and I was like, hey, there we go, found something. I was like, hey, how would you feel if I made you a logo? Like, I have something working, and I was wondering if you wanted to see it. And he was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome, like that'd be great. And so I sent it to him. I sent him some drafts that I had going on. And he's like, this is awesome, and he gave me some notes, and I took it, ran with it, and I popped out something that he really loved, I really loved. And then he asked me for a banner, and I was like, you got it, my dude. I was just so jazzed to do that for him. Okay, let's resize this baby. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Thank God OBS put in a Control-Z. Oh, damn it. Okay, so just Control and then scroll. Yeah, and he was super jazzed about it. I was super jazzed about it. I looked up the dimensions for Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, everything, and I sent him a copy of everything. So this is the Aang and Zuko Fire Dance or Dragon Dance piece that I was working on for the Artist Appreciation Month in August for Twitch. And, you know, I got a lot farther afterward on my own time, but then I started having problems with Photoshop. You can kind of see Aang on the left, I got him going, and the dragons I got finished pretty quickly. Oh, they're missing I have like 3 red stripes going across the top that I forgot to turn on when I exported this. But I got the Zuko sketch over here. I just need to color him in and everything, and then start doing shading and detail and stuff. But I was really, really like feeling proud of that, and then I just never finished it by the time the program finished. But anyway, as I was saying, I tend to go on tangents. As I was saying, I just love the fact that I got to participate in that program, because I met a lot of different artists that still to this day I follow, and I try to support them where I can, and they're just astounding people. And some of these people have even worked with big companies doing stuff, worked with comic book um, illustrative teams and stuff, and they're just incredible. It's incredible. And it made me feel legitimized as an artist. It made me allow myself to legitimize myself as an artist, if that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Anyhow, and I felt good. And it got me to a point where I can start making art with confidence. You know, it inspired me to be better. And when I was in the Discord with those fine folks, I used to feel kind of crappy about it. You know, I would see their arts. They had a channel for art progress, and people would post their progress. And there were sculptors, there were painters, there were digital artists, there were line artists, there were traditional artists, and all of their stuff was phenomenal. And it did make me feel kind of crappy because the imposter syndrome kicked in full force. But I started viewing it as something to strive towards, and I'm glad that I've reached the point in my life where I can do that. And I feel like Twitch definitely helped me with that. The people I surround myself and talk to definitely helped me with that. And pursuing other things that I love helped me with that. It helped me look at people and think, God, they're so awesome. I want to be like them. Not, damn, I'm never going to live up to that. Some people, you just have no choice. You're like, oh, I can't live up to that. But, that's nothing to put you down. You live up to who you are. And you do the best you can. And that's all anyone can ever ask of you. So that Twitch Artist Appreciation Month inspired me to the stars, man. And I was so grateful for that. And I still am. So I guess thank you, Twitch. And thank you to all my very close friends like Timmy, who just resubscribed to tier 1. Thank you, Tim. I miss you, David. Show me the baby. The baby's asleep. And I'm not trying to wake her up. The baby being my cat. Unless you're talking about my lightsaber. Then I'm going to have to fish that out somewhere because I don't know where it's at. I may have put it in my closet. Did I put it in my closet? 2 seconds. Okay, Tim, I can show you the blade. That's all I got. I don't know where my lightsaber is, actually. I swear it was in my closet. But it's not. It's not. That was one of the things, too. So, I don't know if you missed it, Timmy, but hang on. Sorry, I had to look one more time because I thought I knew where the lightsaber was. It's not behind here, is it? Why I don't know? I mean, I know why I don't know where my lightsaber is. It's freaking... It's freaking... somewhere. I know where why it's not here is because I moved, but I don't know where everything's at. Anyhow, yeah, I can't find it, Timmy. Sorry, but what I've been talking about for the past 35 minutes is this past year, basically, and as a streamer, what that's meant for me. I know you know where all yours are. They are your children. I don't know where my where my lightsaber is. Okay, I can't. Okay, scrotum's not bad, but you gotta just stop saying what you're saying. There we go. That happened. Oh, I forgot how bad it is to mod stuff. One of the things that I forgot to mention was that I bought my first lightsaber and I unboxed it on stream, and that was a big thing. That was my first unboxing on stream, and it's a shame that I don't know where it's at. I don't know. But it was an amazing experience. I was able to clip stuff out, and so was Tim. Gosh dang, where could it be? I'm gonna have to stress about that later. Posted your reaction on my Insta, hashtag plug. Yeah, no. Timmy, you've been just a wonderful, wonderful person in regards to my stream, and I miss talking to you. So hopefully I can continue doing this long term again, and we can keep chatting with each other, and I can finally finish Skyward Sword. But yeah, no, last year, definitely the highlight of the year was being on that Artist Appreciation Month. And I also got approved for a grant from Latinx in Gaming. Shout out. You guys are doing just incredible work, and I appreciate you so much, and I wish there was a bigger way for me to help you. I tried being part of the fundraiser, the Fantasma Familia, and I tried. My things came up last minute, and then moving stress and everything just really, I know I don't have to apologize, but I'm so deeply sorry that I couldn't help more with that. But I'm so proud of the community you fostered, bringing Latinx, Latined, Latino, Latina, however you want to describe yourself as, bringing folks together from various different parts of the world to show the world that we have a space here in gaming. And that is something that I greatly, greatly started thinking about and trying to adopt last year as a streamer, because I started fostering a small community, and along with that comes a responsibility of knowing who you are and knowing what that's going to do to the people that you affect. And so something that I always try to express here on my stream is that this is a place where you are safe to be yourself. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. Doesn't matter if you are bi or lesbian or trans or non-binary or anything. Like, if you have a safe place here, unless you suck, unless you put other people down for being who they are. If you suck, I'm not even sorry, you just don't belong here. People are here to be safe, to have conversations about games, about art, about nerdy stuff, and about me, of course. But no, this is supposed to be a safe place for people. And so being able to do that meant really looking at how my people are affected. And by my people, I mean like the Latinx, Latinx, Latino, again, however you want to describe yourself. I describe myself as Latinx. That may change in time. Who knows? But it definitely had me looking at how my people are represented. And it mainly came with thinking, seeing and talking to my nieces and nephews and seeing how they digest the internet. And one of my nephews spends a lot of time on Twitch. I think he actually started like doing content himself for at his young age. It was mostly Fortnite stuff, of course. So why wouldn't it be? But it got me thinking about the stuff that I went through as a gamer growing up in the start of online gaming like Xbox Live and multiplayer online. And I used to hear the worst things, and to be quite honest, I used to say some bad things in retort, and it was not okay on either side. And I acknowledge that. Sorry, I just heard a very weird noise. Yeah, no, and I learned and corrected my behavior, and I continue to apologize for how I used to act as a child, because there was no one there to check me, and that was a shame because there shouldn't have to be, but I didn't want my nieces and nephews to go through that. And sorry, Alma's trying to unlock the door. Hang on. Hello again. Tim, I tried looking for the lightsaber again since I was away from the desk and still couldn't find it. It might be in my shed. I have a shed now for storage. It's nice. Excuse me, you seem to keep burping. Might be the Dr. Pepper I had earlier. Next time I should expect to see it. I will try to track it down. What was I saying? Yeah, no, I didn't want my nieces and nephews to have that experience online, because I know that it can make you not a great person. It can make you act like not a great person, and I don't want that for my family. And that ended up fostering this idea that I don't want that for anybody that looks like me. And something I've said before on different occasions, like, shitty lighting aside, I'm not terribly light complected, you know. I'm visibly brown, and you know, I've gotten less, or you know, I've gotten more for less, basically. Like, somebody online when I was a kid was like, "Are you Mexican? You sound Mexican." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm Mexican American." And he was like, "Go back to your country. Go get out of here. Like, go back to where you're from." I'm like, "Dude, I was born in Central California. Get the hell out of here." And it was just like that. Off my voice, you know, off my just very terrible 13-year-old voice, like, get out of here, you're just being an asshole. And you know, and it's not what I was about. And so it kept me away from games, and it put a sour taste in my mouth about games and the gaming community. And coming to Twitch changed that immensely. I saw what gaming was supposed to be. I really lucky I never got that. Sorry for that. No, it's good, Tim. Like, I'm glad you never got that. You know, it's just like no one deserves to go through that crap, and especially at a young age, because that can, again, it could ruin the experience. And gaming it's meant for everybody, yet people try to gatekeep and tear you down for specific things that, I don't know, that's from a mindset that just frankly shouldn't exist anymore. You know, it's like Star Trek versus Star Wars, how bad that used to get, you know. And then it's unhealthy and dumb. And like, you don't have to be gatekeeping these communities, especially when it comes to race. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? No, just, this is a thing meant for everybody. Toxic is the word you're looking for. Yes, toxic is absolutely the word I'm looking for. But also unnecessary. It's absolutely unnecessary. And it's not something that should be involved in any aspect of life. But when it comes to things like art and games, because games have several forms of art in them, culminating in a piece of art themselves at times. I forgot about that. I have to reevaluate if I want to use Streamlabs still, because of the whole OBS thing. Anyhow, yeah, no, it's just, the gaming community can be the greatest, most helpful and like welcoming space if you let it be. And a lot of times people don't let it be. They want to control the space, and it's so incredibly frustrating, because it's not what it's supposed to be for. We're here to go on the journeys that these people make for us and enjoy them. Sure, you can have your disagreements, you can have debates and stuff, but people get so bad about it, you know, to the point where, I don't know, they feel like this ownership and this weird sense of, I don't know, like they're owed something because they bought a game. And that's just like towards the developers, you know, and towards the people that were involved in making the game. Take that and just multiply it to an unfathomable number for the people that are playing the games online together, just being cruel to each other. Like, why go through that when you could just enjoy the game? Say GG and move on. You know, I don't understand it, but that's not what I wanted to leave behind for future generations and the generations behind me. You know, or if they're born after me, would they be in front of me, behind me? I don't know. But for the younger generations, that's not something I wanted to add on to and leave behind for my nieces and nephews. And then eventually it did become something that I wanted to change for people who look like me. And that is something that I want to get, across, and I'm still learning how. Maybe there's a fundraiser in the future. Maybe there's some type of partnership with Latinx in gaming. Maybe I just do it for the pride of my culture. I love cooking. I might do a cooking stream. And no, it's not because of Gordon Ramsay, goddammit. I'm not that in love with Gordon Ramsay. But it seems like because he didn't know what Twitch was and he said it on live network television, people were just losing their mind. Anyhow, yes. To get back to it, thank you Latinx in Gaming for giving me that it's not a scholarship. What the hell did I call it? The grant, because it allowed me to purchase a new capture card, and of course new things come with new problems, but it did up my stream, and it showed me, answered questions that I had, and then made more questions, but it was a good experience overall, so thank you. I greatly appreciate you. And keep fighting the good fight, because it doesn't matter from where in Latin America or even if you're Mexican American or just Hispanic in general, just across the board, we should have a space here. Sorry, I tend to mince words sometimes. We should have a space here, and that matters. Because so many other people do, and we don't. And we shouldn't be forced out of it. So thank you. Damn, I blew through most of the year by just kind of condensing a lot of stuff. But really, I think it's because around that time, that's when I started slowing down on streaming. Around August, after the artist appreciation Twitch thing, my computer started slowing down a little bit during streams, especially when I was doing Photoshop. And honestly, I think it's just my computer showing age and not being able to keep up with the demands that new updates are demanding from Photoshop. And it inspired me to build a PC. So as time goes on, I'm slowly going to start building my PC. Very recently, I got a newer, higher paying job, and I start very soon. I'm doing that this year as well. Nice, Tim. Yeah, and I'm going to use slowly over the course of months. It might just take me all of 2022, honestly. I'm going to build a PC. And it's going to be the powerhouse that I need for my digital art. I'm most probably going to get a drawing pad of some sort to help me out with that. And just keep my laptop as a mobile device and just keep Photoshop on it, because it still works fine. It's just when I'm streaming, it's too intense on my computer and I can't handle it. So when I get an actual PC, I'll probably just get the drawing tab, and I have a TV in front of me now, our spare TV that used to be in our bedroom that I'm now using as a monitor. 2 seconds. Well, I have to choose between a PC and a car, so we'll see. Holy shite, Tim. Do you need a car or do you need a PC? Figure that out. So apparently you spent $5,000 last year on transportation to work. I don't know how much that's gonna change because cars are infuriatingly expensive, but it could be useful if you just need to get out of the house, go on a quick drive or something, you know? Go to a Star Wars convention, Disneyland, something, I don't know. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? All right, I'm gonna build a PC so that I can continue streaming, but around that time I started slowing down on streaming mainly because I figured out that I was gonna be moving. Speaking of which, you can visit here instead. Yeah? Yes? Yes? Okay, Olive, jeez. You mean go down to visit? I'm not certain what's going on there. Anyway, yeah, no, I figured out that I had to move, and so that became my priority. So I put the streaming thing on the back burner and then eventually just on hold. Because I needed to. It was a very tough decision because it was just hard for me to put down. More funds. I see. Yeah, no, it was hard for me to put down because it was this thing that I was fostering for a year straight. Instead of us visiting you. Oh, you're saying me and Alma can go down because you have more funds. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Alma would enjoy that. Probably not gonna happen anytime soon. I can tell you that. But yeah, no, it was this thing. Streaming was this thing that I was fostering by myself, and with the help of John and Alma, to several extents. So it was hard for me to put down. It really did break my heart, but it gave me some time to kind of recoup. I think everybody, if they're able to, should. I mean, it's kind of hard because it's a tough market to be in, but I think everybody who creates content, or in this case streams, if they're able to, then take like a month. Take a month to yourself, because it helps you reform and kind of think of what to do next in a positive way rather than in a rushed, unhealthy way. And really, if you need to take time, then take your time. You know, if you foster your community correctly, then your community is gonna still be there. no matter what, because they care. You've given them a reason to care about this person who've more than likely they've never met. So they care about you. They care about you as a person. So if you need to take your time, then take your time. And that's something I would suggest. Even as someone who has a small amount of followers, that's something I suggest. Because taking 2 months off definitely helped, because I had too much of a load on my shoulders. Like trying to figure out how to move in general physically, and then trying to figure out funds for that and saving and where to move. And aside from that, I was, COVID started mutating and going on a higher rise, and it was just stressful, and I had to be at work and things were changing and I had to adapt, and it was a lot. So putting streaming down for a little while was helpful, but it also kind of inspired me to think ahead, especially after we secured a place to live, because Alma and I now, I haven't talked about the house yet, now have a space essentially to ourselves. It's kind of an open floor plan bit, but we have our own washer dryer, we have our own kitchen, we have our own bathroom. It's a nice bathroom. We have a little patio area, we have our own little storage shed. It is lovely. And being here, I don't even miss my old house. Excuse me, I keep burping, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's so nice. I feel very much less stressed here. It's by an amazing bus line that gets me to work easily, gets Alma to work easily. It's gonna get her to school easily. It's just, I feel so good here, especially since I'm with Alma and with Olive, who's, I don't know what she's doing right now, being weird. She's kind of like, her body's facing me, but her neck's like facing the opposite direction. It's very owl-like and weird. Oh, she's looking this way again. She knows I'm talking about her. Anyhow, this place is great, and the biggest thing is that we have our privacy. And the walls aren't terribly thin. The owners live upstairs. We're essentially in like an in-law unit kind of thing. But we have our own space, and every section of this house has a door. So that laundry room has a door. The bathroom has a door, of course. Yeah, I'm getting there, geez. And the kitchen, for whatever reason, has a door, but I appreciate it because just the way the door's on the frame, it cuts the light away from the bed, so Alma can go in there, and we have it's big enough so that we can fit our dining table in there, a small little dining table, and she can go in there, have coffee, take her laptop, her makeup stuff, get ready in there, and I don't get bothered, it's really nice. It's really nice. So if Alma needs to cut away, or if I need to cut away, we can just go chill in the kitchen for a while, because we have some comfortable chairs in there. I have a Google Home in there, so we can use it as a speaker or whatever. And it's nice having that space, because I was worried. I was very worried. The place we're looking at beforehand would not have allowed this. Not have allowed for me to have my desk, not have allowed for me to have a workstation, not have allowed me to create the way I want to, the way I feel like I'm going towards, and it made me very sad early on. And then I found this place for us, and we checked it out, and we agreed that it was somewhere where we wanted to move, and we took it, and we've been here nearly a month, and we love it. We love it. It's so nice not having to worry about roommates. We pay our own bills, so we don't have to worry about asking people and hounding people for rent money and bill money and stuff, and to take out the trash. It's just each other, and we're pretty good about it. And it's nice. It's just so nice because we're finally alone. We're finally by ourselves, and we even have our little patio area. We got some patio furniture cheap from my old roommates because they're not gonna need it. So it's like a big, like, it's kind of like not big, but like it fits two and a half people size bench, and then 2 patio chairs and like a small like coffee table kind of thing. And it's so great, but it's raining all the time. It's raining all the time right now in San Francisco, so we have not been able to comfortably use it because aside from the rain, it's been really freaking cold. It's still winter. So yeah. And we also have this very big storage shed that is coming in handy so well, and it's so nice to have. It's weatherproofed like you wouldn't believe. None of the rain has been getting in, even though it has like a small quarter, like 1/8 of an inch gap between the door and like the actual frame of it, so that it can kind of air out a little bit. I thought about getting weather stripping, but no, there's been no water, no perspiration or anything, nothing getting damaged in there. Like it's nice, and it's sizable, and it's been very, very awesome. I also got Sonic out here, so got that good internet, and it's ours. I'm finally directly connected, hardlined into the one and only router in the house, getting that gigabit internet. It's gonna be awesome. Let's see, we got 2 rooms in this house too. I'm getting a bigger PlayStation, gaming station, play place, whatever you call it. That's awesome, Tim. I'm really happy for you. You should definitely make a good space for yourself, because it is the fact, because Alma's desk is over here. This is Alma's side of the room. This is our couch. But we're able to fit my desk in here, and I have my station. You've seen pictures, Tim. I have my station here, and it's better than I could have ever expected with my little corner desk. And I legitimately just tear up sometimes looking at it, because I have a space for myself, and I don't have to use Alma's desk, and my desk doesn't have to be in the shed. Having this means so much to me, and the future of what I want to do. It's important. It's important. So you make that space for yourself, please, for God's sakes. Yeah, what else is there, man? Right. I was really scared that I wasn't gonna be able to stream, or create content like I wanted to. So I kind of put it on the back burner, and eventually just let it go completely. I put it out of my mind for some time. And once we finally moved in here, I haven't had any time to figure out what it is I want to do. But during days at work, slow days where I was by myself, I started thinking, rehashing old ideas, and thinking about what I wanted to do once I finally did get my space set up. 2 seconds. I'm back. Alma was stepping out again. She's going to Walgreens. I started being able to think about what it is I want to do as a creator. Some time ago, I think it was one of my last streams, if not my last stream, but I started talking about Kiwi. Hi. Oh my God. How are you? It's lovely to see you. I love the emoji. They or the emotes. Took me by surprise. Very cute. I'm just talking about this past year, and what it means to me in regards of being a streamer. Yes, Kiwi. Actually, I was just talking about that. I am doing well. I'm doing well. I am in a new place. I finally got to the end of the year in the recap, where I was saying that my partner Alma and I moved to a new place. We have our own space now. We pay our own bills, our own rent, so we have no roommates. The only other people we share the house with are the two owners upstairs. So we're basically in an in-law. It's a great space. I have my own station. Alma has her own station. It's big enough for us to have this space. There is a kitchen with a door on this other side of this wall. So if one of us needs to get out of the other's hair for a little bit, we can just go in the kitchen, close the door. We have some comfy chairs at the table. It's great. We have a patio that's fenced in that's just ours. So on a good day, we can go outside, hang out on the patio. It's awesome. Yeah. How are you? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, so not having the time to. I'm so happy for you in this new space. I have to believe me. Yeah, but having the new space and stuff, it involved moving quite a lot, and it's just, I don't know if you've ever moved by yourself, Kiwi, but it's difficult. I was able to get help from my mom and a friend of ours, and we got everything moved fairly quickly, but it was a tiring process, especially since we had to cooperate with the other roommates who were super great about everything. Everything went nearly flawlessly in a way that I could never have expected. I just always expected the worst, and it just came out so very nice. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I didn't have the time to you misplaced your life. Shut up, Timmy. It's somewhere, okay? I know it's here somewhere. I just don't know physically where. But it is in the house, okay? Just be cool, okay? Just, okay? Anyhow. I feel like I can't finish this freaking thought. Being at work and stuff, and thinking about moving and stuff, and thinking about my future as a creator, it gave me time to think about what I want to do. So now I have projects in mind, and I put out that tweet of that I was going to be gone for a while, but I hope to be coming into 2022 better and as more of a presence than I had been in 2021. And that is the plan going forward. Oh, I remember what I was saying before. I had said on I think it might have been my last stream, but that I wanted to be a host. I want to be a host. I want to host things that I care about. If I have to go to school for it, then I'll go to school for it. If I could just manage to do this on my own, I would love to. But I want to be a host. I want to be behind a microphone. I want to be in front of a camera if I can. And the hosting leads into me wanting to be a voice actor. And now that I have the space to work on these things without any interference or worry that I'm bothering my roommates, because I don't have any other than Alma. And she supports me, which is more than I could ever have asked for. I can work on these things now. And if I don't, then I don't have that excuse anymore. Because it's a very valid excuse. It was rooted in trauma. Very much just getting shat on by my family constantly when I would try to work on things that I had interest in back home when I was young. But now I don't have that barrier in my way, and I fully expect to dive headfirst and get things done. Be the creator that I feel like I'm meant to be. And work on being a host. I dearly miss podcasting. I really do. I mentioned this sometime last year, and some people were like, yo, if you got time, we'd love to have you. And I was like, that's great. But we never touched base again. But I might reach out now that I have some space. But given the new job, I'm definitely gonna be working a lot more. So the streaming schedule might be a little tight going forward. It is definitely going to be a when I can. It might honestly be Mondays and Tuesdays when I can. But we'll see. We'll see. Definitely want to try to stream at least once a week until I get the scheduling for the new job figured out. Because it is a bigger job, more responsibility, more people counting on me. It's a leadership position. So it's definitely something I'm going to have to take as serious as can be. And then once I get things hashed out, I can probably jump back on another schedule. And Timmy, I just realized you've subscribed for 12 months. That's a whole year. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you. You've no idea how much I appreciate you just being so on board with helping me, even though we've met in person one time. And by far the best time, Tim. It was so great. You literally convinced me to buy a lightsaber. Spend $300 on a lightsaber. It's not something I need, but it's something I've always wanted. It's a good quality dueling grade lightsaber, and it's modeled after the Fallen Order lightsaber, which was one of my favorites. Aside from Ahsoka's like Japanese style inspired lightsabers from Rebels, those I want, but those are only something I'm gonna find at Galaxy's Edge Disneyland. I will have to. Oh, you know what? I have a little bit. I was there for less than 5 hours. Yeah, you were, but it was a great 5 hours, Timmy. That's all I got for you, bud. I forgot to refill my water bottle. But yeah, it's incorrect. I can send you affordable ones. The Disney ones are more for display than use. I thought they were combat ready. Or do they bust really fast? Because that would suck. Water break. Yeah, everybody take a sip, please. He's got to redeem hydrate. Damn. Okay, well, now I'm going to have to walk away to refill my water bottle, so hang on. Here you go, Kiwi. Oh my god, I haven't drank water all day. I needed that, thank you. Thank you both. Incorrect, I can send you some photo displays. Okay. For now, your blade is polycarbonate. The Disney ones are thin plastic. Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know. But I don't want round ones. That's the thing, Tim. I don't want round ones like Ahsoka's lightsabers from Clone Wars. I want the like they're kind of like squared, rounded, you know what I'm talking, you obviously know what I'm talking about. But I just don't want those in a round fashion, it just doesn't vibe well with me. Yeah, so hopefully I can I can get into the hosting stuff, and honestly, the dream is to host for something like IGN, or be able to. Y'all watch Star Wars, never seen it. My God. I don't know if you're joking or not, Kiwi, but you know what? It's not for everybody. Gotta be honest. If you said that to me 10 years ago, I would have been like, what? Are you serious? Oh my God, have you not seen Star Wars? But I'm not gonna do that. It's not okay to do in my book. It's just some things aren't for everybody. Yeah. I encourage you to see it. If you like kind of like a space opera kind of vibe, drama for drama's sake, and cool laser swords and space magic, I say do it. I definitely say if you want to commit to a Star Wars show, The Mandalorian is fantastic, and so are Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Amazing shows. And right now the Book of Boba Fett is starting, which is seemingly really fun so far. I saw episode 1 last week, and it's very fun. I enjoy it. But yeah, I hope to either, I don't even know what bites these are, but geez. Send you a thing that's similar and I feel like you'll like, but for these specific ones you're looking for, I gotta do some digging to go out really quickly. Okay, take your time, Tim. Thanks for all that. Yeah, hopefully the hosting stuff can get kicked off this year. I don't know if that's going to come in the form of a podcast or what, but if I can do it on my own and create something possibly in the future with a team, like Kind of Funny or something, then, or not with Kind of Funny, I would love to work, gosh, if working with Kind of Funny, I would literally cry out of happiness. I love those guys, and people that work there is just, they're what I model my community after. Acceptance, love, generosity, just caring overall. Just, they're such great people, and I don't know, I owe them a lot. I really do. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I think like the closest thing I could think of is like getting a hosting gig at IGN. It would be amazing. I don't even care if I'm doing like the small little Instagram 2-minute spots, you know, like just being able to say that I do that for a living. It'd be amazing. Because then I get to talk about things I love and do that in front of a camera and a mic, and that's what I want to do. And granted, I can do that on my own, which is what all this stuff is, but I'm not necessarily hosting anything. I guess I'm hosting you as the person, you know, being displayed on stream. But you know, when I used to do the Top Cut podcast, that's what I used to do. I was a co-host, and John and I would switch off towards the end, and it was great. It was amazing. I loved it. It's still one of the things that I absolutely adore. So maybe there's a podcast in my future. I've been thinking about it. I really have. I've had a couple of podcast ideas dating back to like 2016, and maybe I can flesh one of those out and see how it goes. They're primarily like interview podcasts, but we'll see. We'll see where things go. But I do have a couple of shows in mind, and that kind of leads into what you're asking, Kiwi. Any New Year's resolutions? No, I'm not one to make promises that I can't guarantee that I can keep, especially to myself. I know that what I hope to do is to continue to be as healthy as I can be, to continue to protect the person that I love, which is Alma, and just continue to be as thoughtful to myself as I can. because I've done a lot of growing, not only in the past year, but in the past 7 that I've lived up here. And a lot of that has been me being more conscious of myself and my mental health and my physical health and stuff, and what I want to do, how I choose to do things. That's something I hope to do. Is just continue trying to better myself in every way that I can. Physically, I hope to start working out, because I live 3 blocks from the beach now. So I can, if I have to do cardio, I can do some running on the beach. But we have the little patio area outside, so I can start working out, lifting weights or something. And of course I can do just like body stuff. I have a pull-up bar, so I can do that, start doing that again. I used to do a set every night before I went to bed, and then I just kind of stopped, but I could probably get into that again. If you want to call those New Year's resolutions, then sure. Yeah. Do y'all have any New Year's resolutions? Tim, if you're still there, do you have any? Kiwi, do you have any? I hope your New Year's and holidays went well too, if you celebrate Christmas. Either way, I hope anything special that you had during the holiday season went well. I worked both times. Tell me about it. Oh, balance. Need more Zen. Yeah, no, I worked Christmas Eve, got off at 4. I had Christmas off, but I spent 15 hours working, making tamales, 2 different types. You saw that, Tim. You follow me on Instagram. Either only work or only play or only clean. That, my friend, is called adulthood. And Elma and I are reminded of that on a constant basis, because we don't have a dishwasher here. Not like we did at the last place. That's probably the one thing that I missed the most from the last place, which is our dishwasher. Because I brought it back to life, and it paid me in full up until the very end. Alma knows how much I worked on Christmas week. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I got a lot of work during December. I've been walking out or work in Heelys and a Hot Pocket in my hand, and that's bliss. It sounds like bliss. It sounds like bliss. If you run out on like the moving sidewalk thing on Heelys, I bet you catch some major speed, man. That must be so cool. You're going so fast it cools down that Hot Pocket. Sounds awesome. But yeah, no, I know you work yourself to the bone, Tim, and I'm glad that you find some time for yourself, because you can even find joy in cleaning. I do with dishes. I really do. Our station is above a hill, so that's... Ugh. I'm sorry if they don't have any type of shuttle for you. Getting back to the resolution thing, one of my... Elma's back. One of my things that I do want to do is continue, like I said, like leaning into my creating. I have a few shows that I'm trying to flesh out, and I'm going to get started on one very soon. This is the first time, like this past week is the first time that I've been able to finally clean off my desk, because it was a mess just from moving stuff. Excuse me. And finally sit down and just do something for myself and not stress. And I finally got to sit down and draw again, which was awesome. My friend Joel, there was this thing on Twitter where a guy fed a bunch of Pokemon to an AI and it spat out its own Pokemon, and they looked really weird and just jumbled and a mess. And my friend Joey messaged me, sent me that tweet and was like, take 3 of them, turn them into starters, and take 2 of them, turn them into legendaries. So basically, just unjumble them and make them look, you know, like they make sense. um, and so I took on the challenge and I made 3 starters, and I was very happy with them. I have the pictures here, but I don't want to go through the whole resizing situation. But if you follow me on Instagram, I'll probably post them. So make sure you do that, because that's where I put all my art stuff, and that's how you can further support me. Just keeping track of what's going on in my life. It gives us things to talk about, and you can see like my time-lapse drawings and stuff. I am wanting to revamp all of this. I feel like I could do a better job with my stream interface and how things are set up. I really do. So I think I'm gonna go about making some new assets when I have time. But yeah, no. Now that I've finally been able to sit down and just set up my laptop, set up my station, get everything done. I spent 4 hours on this frame. I had to pull in John on a Discord call to like give me pointers and stuff, work stuff out. Like I have a lamp up there on top of my heater. Like my lighting's all messed up. I might put some money aside to buy a key light. But we'll see. I just don't I don't want a light that I have to plug in, honestly. I would love an Elgato key light, but I'll have to plug that in, and it's not something I want to do. I have my studio light right here. There's a TV right here. That creates a whole other lighting situation, but I have everything set up, and it's nice. It's super nice. I really enjoy this. Oh, but your Spartan looks good. My Spartan. Can you describe what you were talking about? Was that meant for me? Anyhow. In Halo Infinite. Oh, thanks. Yours and John's. Thanks. Mine's a pretty, lackluster Spartan. I haven't put a lot of time in it, but thanks. I don't have enough time to work on mine. Yeah, same. Yeah, no, I have a lot of things coming up, so you're gonna want to stay tuned for that, I guess. Barely got into the current challenge. I haven't played Halo multiplayer since the multiplayer came out, and it was a hell of a time. I had a great time. I'm trying to play the campaign, but again, I haven't had a lot of time to sit down for myself and do stuff like that. Now I have a new work schedule, so I'm gonna be working around that, but it's gonna be good. I'm on my 4th playthrough. God. Congratulations. Yeah, no, things are looking up, creating wise, and I am thankful for the ones that stuck around, like you and Kiwi, and the ones who continue to support me, like Alma and John and Joelle. And this is just, this is more than I could ask for. Like, I just spent an hour and 34 minutes talking about my life this past year, and I had people here talking to me about it. That is why I'm here. That's the whole point of being here for me. It's the conversation, the camaraderie, the friendship, and getting to know each other and connecting with people, and just, spreading the message of being good to each other, being kind. That's all I want from this, and that's why I continue to do it. That being said, I don't feel like connecting my Xbox, so this is where I'm going to cut the stream. Thank you for coming out. I really do appreciate it. Tim, thank you for being as active as always. Kiwi, thank you for showing up too. That was completely, utterly unexpected. Nice seeing you too, Tim. Hi, John. What do you mean, whoa? Can you explain? Is it the frame? Just looked at my phone and saw you were live. It's been an hour and 35 minutes. Welcome to the party. Yeah, I'm actually, I don't know if you heard, but I'm gonna cut the stream here. I was playing AC. Oh, we can talk about that later. But yeah, you missed all the kudos I was giving you, John. I was giving a lot of thanks. It was like an Oscar speech. That's all I've been doing is talking for the last hour and a half, but I guess you can watch the VOD. It's a short one. Anyhow, again, thank you all for coming out. I appreciate all the time that you give me. I wasn't expecting you to be live today. Yeah, I didn't. Well, maybe if you unmute my tweets, John, you would see, or check your Instagram stories. But I know you're hardly on Instagram. Anyway, yes, I appreciate the time you all give me for this hobby that I hope to be my future. TBH, I haven't been on my phone all day. Good for you. Good for you. That's a milestone most people can't hit. Yeah, this past year has been phenomenal, and I owe it to everyone that takes the time to listen to me babble on about things and watch me be terrible at games. Again, I hope that I continue. I hope this is the start of coming into 2022 better than I left 2021 as a creator, as a person. Yeah, and again, just keep an eye out, because I'm going to start working on those shows and teasing stuff and putting them out and bearing my soul and hoping that you all don't judge me too harshly. Yeah, so I'll probably put the VOD for this up on YouTube, on the Your Buddy Danny YouTube channel. Sometime in the next 24 hours. It's most probably going to be this time tomorrow. I'll schedule it. But yeah, just be sure to follow me on socials and stuff so you can keep an eye out on what I'm doing. And I have big things coming, and I'm excited. I'm really excited because I finally get to be myself in this space. And it's amazing. And it's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to share it with you. Let's hope it's the start of great things. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.